Once upon a time, there was a curious little boy named Leo. Every night after his mom tucked him into bed and kissed him goodnight, he would close his eyes and drift off to sleep. But Leo's sleep wasn't like other kids. His dreams were full of magic, adventure, and wild worlds far beyond anything he could imagine. One night as he fell asleep, he found himself standing in the middle of a glowing forest. The trees towered over him, their leaves sparkling in shades of blue and silver as if they were made of light itself. Leo blinked, unsure of where he was, but he didn't feel scared. The air smelled sweet like cotton candy, and he could hear the distant sound of birds singing songs that felt like whispers. "Hello!" a voice called out. Leo turned around to find a tiny, shimmering creature floating beside him. It had wings like a dragonfly, and the face of a friendly elf. "Who are you?" Leo asked, his eyes wide with excitement. "I'm Tilly the Dream Sprite," the creature said with a giggle. "I live in the Dreamland, where every dream is a new adventure, and tonight, you're my guest. Are you ready to explore?" Before Leo could even answer, Tilly waved her hand and suddenly they were flying through the air, zooming past floating islands covered in soft pink clouds. Leo laughed, feeling the wind rush through his hair as they soared over sparkling rivers and across fields where trees grew upside down. As they flew, Leo noticed something strange below, a castle made entirely of candy. Its walls were made of gingerbread, its towers were spun sugar, and rivers of chocolate flowed through its grounds. "Welcome to Sweet Kingdom," Tilly declared. "It's ruled by King Sugarplum. Want to meet him?" Leo nodded eagerly, and they landed in front of the castle. The doors opened with a sweet creak, and out walked a tall, jolly man dressed in a robe of rainbow-colored candy wrappers. "Welcome, young dreamer," King Sugarplum boomed with a smile. "Would you like to help us bake the biggest cake the world has ever seen?" Leo's eyes lit up. "Yes, please." Inside the castle, the kitchen was enormous. Giant mixers spun and whirled, and trays of cupcakes floated by on their own. Together, Leo, Tilly, and King Sugarplum stirred enormous bowls filled with flour, sugar, and magic spices. The smell was so delicious that even the clouds outside seemed to swirl in excitement. As they worked, Leo felt like he was in the middle of the most wonderful dream ever. But then, just as they were about to decorate the cake, something magical happened. A shimmering star appeared in the sky above the castle and began to fall slowly toward them. "That's the Dream Star," Tilly shouted. "It grants a wish to anyone who catches it." Leo stretched his hands toward the falling star, and with a soft whoosh, he caught it. The star twinkled in his hands, and he thought for a moment. "I wish," Leo began, "I wish I could come back here whenever I want." Tilly smiled. "Your wish is granted. As long as you believe in Dreamland, it will always be there waiting for you." Before Leo could say anything more, everything around him began to fade. The candy castle, the sparkling trees, and the friendly creatures melted away into a soft golden light. Leo felt a tug on his chest and opened his eyes to find himself back in his own bed, the morning sun just beginning to peek through the curtains. But even as he sat up, he knew something magical had happened. He could still feel the warmth of the Dream Star in his hand, and he smiled to himself, knowing that the next time he closed his eyes, Dreamland would be waiting. And so, every night, Leo drifted off to sleep with his heart full of adventure, knowing that in his dreams, anything was possible.